Hello, everyone. We are talking about the impact that we're making, of why we really get in the game and the purpose that we really have. So that's what today's topic is about. So if you vibe with that, stick around. If you don't, that's fine. I would question why you're in the group if that didn't vibe with you, but never mind. Anyways, so I just want to do a quick little intro. For those who are new, welcome to the group. I know we have a lot of new members here, so welcome to the club. I'm glad you're here. I also want to say that, when you're looking around and you're new and you don't know exactly where to go or who to turn to or what questions to ask, you can always ask questions in the group. Just know the responses may be a little bit limited as you cross over that paid line, right? But there's tons of resources here in the group. There's tons of videos. I have videos on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram. So there's so many things. Use the search bar too. You can also search the group for previously asked questions, and hopefully you'll be able to get your question answered. But don't be afraid to post your question in the group also, okay? I'm Ariana J. I'm the founder of this group, and I am the founder of the Startup Provider Program, which is a year-long program to help providers create and launch their 7-figure assisted living group home or community have business. So I have a home and community-based agency. I'm in Alaska. Yes, I am. There's Black folk here. Yes, I'm in Alaska. And so I have a couple group homes here, and some clients outside of our group home. So I consider us a boutique agency because we do it better than anybody else. And I know you can too, while making powerful, positive impact within your local community. So that's me. Okay, so today we are talking about making powerful, positive impact. And if you're new here and you really haven't heard me talk about that much, I say it a lot. Powerful, positive impact. Let's make powerful, positive impact, right? I say it in the podcast. I say it here in the lives. I say it on TikTok. I say it a lot of different places. And it's really important that we do that because just the impact alone, impact can be negative and positive, right? It doesn't always have to be positive impact. We think of it in that way, but people can negatively impact the situation also, right? And I want to use very descriptive words as far as powerfully, positively impacting their local community. And it doesn't matter what clientele, what population, what demographic, doesn't matter about all of those things. What matters is that you go into this business and this industry with a servant's heart. Okay. Have you guys heard the term? Let me know in the comments. The money will come. Do the work, the money will come, right? Have a servant's heart, the money will come. Well, it's true to a certain extent, right? People can have the wrong intention and they can still make money, right? People can have the right intentions and not make any money. But my thing is if you know how to make the money and you are leading with a servant's heart and you are wanting to make powerful, positive impact within your local community, there's only one way but up, right? You can't go backwards. You can't make less doing that. And I am here to really share with you the possibilities, right, to make money while making impact. Okay, so I was voting this morning on my way to work because I was just not feeling the best. And so I went to vote, and this story will make sense, I promise. Just keep listening. So I went to vote, and I'm all like, go it in there. I want my ballot, all the things. And I'm just focused because I need to get in, I need to get out. I'm not feeling the best. I don't really have time for chit chat and chatter and all the things, okay? So I get in there, and I could feel a set of eyeballs staring at me. And I'm like, who the hell is looking at me? So I look over and I see this woman that I recognize. I didn't necessarily remember her name right at first, but I recognized her, and she was all decked out in the American flag. Like, she was doing all the things. And she goes, hi, how are you? Do you remember me? And I said, of course I remember you. I remembered her, guys. I didn't lie. I just didn't remember her name. And she goes, I just want to thank you because your parents took my former foster kiddo that she had, and she gave notice on him. My parents are foster parents, and they took over care for this little guy. He's like 11 or 12. He's absolutely adorable, and I just love him. I do. I just think he's just so awesome. And she goes, I just want to say you and your family are just a blessing because I see how he is thriving in their care and he has so much love around him. And I literally wanted to tear up because when I say this kid is amazing, he's amazing. And I'm always trying to adopt children. Like my house needs to be what the little old lady who lived in the shoe. Like, I need a bigger house. I want to adopt all the children. I would love to have a giant family and serve all the children and all the things. And so she just was like, wow, like, I cannot believe that I'm seeing you right now. And I think she kind of seen me on like TikTok and things like that. So I think there was that little effect because I don't remember her ever being that excited to see me ever in life. But anyways, it was a good experience. And as I was leaving, she was just like, it's so good to see you. Thank you for everything that you do. Da da da. And the thing is, I want to drive home here is when I worked, because I used to work with this lady back in the day. We were a part of the same agency through affiliation. And so I seen her at events and stuff, and people treat you one way and, all the things. Not that she ever treated me bad, but people remember you for who and what you stand for. She knew then I was about making impact. And then her experience with my family and my parents, because they're freaking amazing too, she's like, wow, they are truly about making powerful, positive impact. She gave notice on this little guy. For she had her reasons. I'm not trying to paint her out to be a villain. She had her reasons. And so she's giving him up, but to give him up to another like really good family where he has all the love that he can, I mean, not that all that he can take, but he has a bio family that he loves too. But this little guy is absolutely amazing. And I've already had conversations about potentially taking over guardianship. Like if that ever comes up, I got to get Douglas on board with that. But, we're still in talks. Anyways, the thing is, it doesn't matter whether you're working with the little bitty kids or you're working with everybody up to the aged, right? It's about the impact and the imprint and the positivity that you leave. Okay. We get so wrapped up in the money, right? Because I'm about business too. Like your girl, I love to talk money. I love to talk money. I like money. Okay. But the money will come when you are of service. I promise you that. If you are doing the action steps that you need to do, right? You have the trail to success and you're slowly taking those steps, then success will come. Like that part, I don't want you guys to freak out about that. Let's refocus on really serving our clientele, serving our community the best way we possibly can. And I think people lose sight of that because it is a business and it is a machine, right? It's a machine. We have to pay people. I don't do this for charity. I would never do it for charity. I believe I should be compensated for what I do. I do a lot of things for charity. I give a lot to charity. I give a lot back to our state for the foster youth and our care. And I donate a lot of money because I can do that. Why? Because I have a very successful business. I have a couple of businesses. And so I'm able to give, right? And so I just want everybody to keep in mind and at the forefront of what is the impact that my presence with this other individual is going to make. What positive, powerful impact and imprint can I leave on this person? Going back to the foster care days, Andre has had several youth. Andre's my business partner, if you guys don't know. He has had several youth who have out of the system and who have come back to him and thank him for everything that he's done for them, even though they, jumped out of the second story window and stole stuff from this place and broke into this and stole, like they've done a lot of things, but they realize the impact that he made on them when they were older. They're grown. One of them came back, I think it was this summer, and he had like a baby girl and he was, showing Dre, and he had a really good job. And it's like all of these things, we really are making powerful, positive impact. I think a lot of people lose sight of what that really could be. Now, some people tell me too that they want to serve the homeless. They want to serve the homeless population. And that's no less of impact. That's no less of impact. Yes, I am saying that. I am a licensed queen, right? I'm a certified queen. That's what I do. But there's still no less of impact. And if your heart is there, if your heart is there to serve those who, would be in a shelter, whether they're vets or they are individuals out of DOC, right? Yeah, we talk about that too. Maybe they're aged out foster youth. Maybe they're the DD individuals. Maybe they're individuals with mental health challenges. Maybe they're those who are aged, right? Maybe they're foster youth with traumatic backgrounds and experiences, and so they have some cognitive issues going on or some behavioral health issues going on, right? Maybe they are coming out of res, right, and they're going through a step down system, and they need to kind of reacclimate before they're released, basically, into regular society. Maybe that's the population you want to serve. But the thing is that I don't want any population to be one less than the other, right? Because I get a lot from people of, who do you serve? I want to serve who you serve. Well, I'll tell you who I serve. I'll tell you the services that I provide. I'll tell you how much money I make. But let's go back to what it is that you want. What service do you want to provide and what impact do you want to make, right? A disclaimer, not all services are going to get you to $1 million. I will definitely say that. If you tell me you want to serve the homeless population in an unlicensed group home, that's what they say, that's a term that people are using, unlicensed group home, but it's really like a boarding home. Anyways, if you're doing that, you are going to need, a hell of a lot of homes to ever hit your meal. You're going to need a hell of a lot of homes. I think I did the calculations on it one time, but I'm not going to get into that now. But you can't expect to get to a mill doing just that, right? We're going to need to supplement with some services and do some other things. It doesn't mean that that impact is less than because you're doing that service. And that's what the point of this live today is, to really talk about why we are here, why we are providing this service, why we are showing up, why we are doing the work. Tell me in the chat, how many people have told you about your line of work, if you've been in the cares industry or you're just getting in, and you've shared with somebody about your desire to break into the business, or maybe you're already in the business, maybe you're CNA, maybe you're a nurse, I don't know. But has anybody ever told you like, oh my God, I can never do that. Thank God for you. I can never, ever do it. People have told me that so much. They've told me that so much when I was working with youth. They've told me that so much when I was working with adults. Like, so many people have told me that, of like, you're a godsend, you're this, you're that. I could never do that. And it's like, you could never do what? You could never help a child in need. You could never support somebody with activities of daily living because they're not capable of doing it themselves, and so they need a little bit of assistance. You're not capable of what? Helping elder person or somebody whose age, you can never help them to the bathroom. You know what I mean? It's like unbearable. Like, you can never do that. People don't even realize what they're saying. They don't even realize what they're saying. And so when we can look at the service that we're truly here to provide and the impact that we are here to make, it changes the narrative. They can never do it. But let me ask you this. This is what I asked them. If something happened to you and your child went into the foster care system, would you want somebody to say they would never take care of your child? When you get frail and brittle and old, you don't want nobody to like take care of you and help you to the commode. You don't want anybody to sit there and talk to you while you eat your dinner, the same thing, because you're very set in your ways and you want the same thing every night or for breakfast. You don't want anybody to do that for you. You can't sit there and care for an individual who's autistic and you know they can only take things in bite-sized pieces. And so every morning, you know, when you go up to wake them up, you're going to be telling them the same thing, and you greet them with a smile on their face. You greet them with a smile on your face, their face, you ask them how they slept, and you already know in your head what you're going to have to say to them that morning because they have the condition that they have and they're not able to remember it, or they need prompting, or there may be a certain texture that they just can't deal with the texture. You telling me you could just never do that? And this is the piece where people forget in humanity. They forget that we all are going to need this service. We might not be directly affected with it, right? I feel like I'm gonna have the facility, and I'm gonna have have the staff that are gonna take care of me, right? But if something ever happened to me, I would never want somebody to look at my children in a million years and say, I could never take care of them little brown kids, right? We don't want that. And so we have to do our part with the servant's heart, with the notion to make powerful, positive impact, not just on the people who we serve, but the community as a whole. Because when you are serving and people see you serving with a joyous heart, when people see you serving and actually like what you do, when people see you serving and you're showing genuine care, that's a lot different than seeing somebody serve and they're making a negative impact. You guys seen it. Tell me. You've seen it. You've seen people in the store with, I'm going to use foster youth in this example. You've seen people in the store yank their foster youth around or say this or say snide comments. You've seen people with their clients, and their clients, right? Their clients, I know, don't come for me. I know the terminology might be a little wonky right now, but you know what I mean. The program participant. You might see them with the program participant and the shirt sloughed all off. They got food down their shirt. They looking just as raggedy as can be. The person's on their phone. Come on. What is that? Is that powerful, positive impact? No. See, the quality of your care is a big factor on the impact that you make. It's a big factor on the impact that you make. I know I'm preaching to y'all right now, but I want to drive the point home. That is impact first, people first, then money, then things, always, no matter what, no matter what. And there's going to be times when you feel tried. There's going to be times when you're like, what in the actual fuck am I doing? What am I doing? Why do I put myself through this? There's going to be guardians who don't appreciate what you do. There's going to be clients that challenge everything that you say. There's going to be things that happen on your journey that are going to make you question why you do what you do, because there are other things out there in this world that you can make money at and not have to deal with this. If you're looking for passive income, this is not it. This is not it. You are dealing with people's lives. You are dealing with their well-being. You're dealing with their quality of life. You're dealing with their happiness, their failures, their joyous moments, their moments of rage, all of the things you're dealing with. And I am honored. I am absolutely honored every day that I am privileged enough, that I am trusted enough to deal with the things that I have to deal with. And if you are called to do this, if you are called to get started, if you are called to make powerful, positive impact in whatever way you want to do it, you do it. But just know that there will be dips. There will be with anything. And you will have to constantly ground yourself to ensure that your heart stays right as you serve. That's why community is so important, my friends. That's why this community is so important to me. I promise you that if you come into this business with a servant's heart and you want to truly make powerful, positive impact within your local community for the population that you serve based off your chosen provider type, you will make massive income and you will make massive impact. And that's what I want for all of you. I want you to build wealth through care. So to be able to do that, you have to have a servant's heart. And the money will come if you have a dope ass mentor. Even if you don't, you can do it on your own. But if you want a mentor, if you want somebody to show you the ropes, if you want someone to process it with you, if you want somebody who is going to engage and truly help you on your journey based off of what you want to do with your business and help you understand the options presented to you, then I invite you to go and apply to work with me inside of the Startup Provider Program. I will be releasing a program here soon for current providers. So if that's something that you are interested in, still go to www.workwitharianaj.com and apply. Let me know you're a current provider. Let me know that in the description there, and we can chat further. Because I know that I needed support on this journey. I know that I needed help along the way. And I don't know, I haven't said this in a while, but I have said it before in this group. I had a mentor back in the day. This was probably, I don't know, it was before I started my agency. This was when I was still a foster parent. And I was so worked up about something that happened. This clinician literally, with this agency, this clinician literally had her hand around my neck. Not with her hands, but she had me in a position with my daughter that if she said jump, I didn't even need to say how high. I just need to start jumping. It was that kind of a situation because I was going to lose my child, my daughter, who I loved so much. I love her. And this particular clinician, she wouldn't let up on me ever, 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 ever. I didn't have much support. And there was kind of like a mentor that I have. Shout out to Miss Bev. I don't know if she's in the group, but shout out to her. Her and her husband owned like some UPS stores. They had some really successful businesses here in my town. And I remember going to her UPS store because it was right down the street from me. And I just broke down in her store. I'm getting a little emotional thinking about it. I broke down in her store. And I just told her, I cannot lose my daughter. Like, I cannot lose my child. And she let me get through it. She let me like get all my frustrations. I was mad. My husband was gone. I had no support. And I said to her, I just don't know what to do. I just don't know what to do. I'm at my wit's end. I don't know what to do. I'm trying to make this impact with this little girl. I'm trying to keep her life on track. I'm the only stable person here. You know, they kept trying to put her on meds. They kept trying to do all this stuff to her. And I'm like, she doesn't need that. I'm advocating all the things. And she looked at me and she says, Ariana, you play the game to win. And win only. She was like, suck it up, go back out there, and whatever you have to do to make the impact for that little girl who is now my daughter, legally, you do it. You play the game and you play to win only. And I remember that. I remembered that as I went through and things were hard and challenges were there. I played the game well. I played to win and to win only. There was no other option. The day after the adoption was finalized, I sent an email and I canceled all of her services. Funny enough, that clinician had the audacity to send me an email asking why I was doing this. Everything was going so well. She had such great rapport with me and my daughter, and she's so confused about the services. I played the game well. That's what community can do for you. That's what support can do for you. Okay? So I wanted to leave you with that. Doesn't matter where you're at in your journey, whether you're just getting started or you're already licensed and you are able to accept clients. It doesn't matter if you're 3 years in, 5 years in, 10 years in. We all need community and we all need support. So let this community be that for you. And if you want it to go a step further and you want to work with me, definitely go and apply. You can even send me a DM and we can chat to see if it's the right fit. All right, my friends? Okay, that's it. Let me see if there's any questions or in the chat. Yes, a dope ass mentor. Yay. I love it. Thank you for trusting me. Thank you for being there. And thank you for showing up for yourself, right? This is your dream that we're building. All right, my friends. Thank you all for rocking with me. You guys are all wonderful. You are all powerful. You are all positive. And if you want to make the impact, don't let anybody stop you, okay? You guys do it because this is what you want to do. And the impact that you want to make is powerful. All right, I'll see you next time. Bye for now.